Testing, is this thing on? Good, good. Friends, Romans, country mice, I come not to brave Caesar, but to puree him into a chunky paste, which we will spread over a salad dressing. Yes, that's right, we're making Caesar salad today. Whole wheat shreddies, possibly. Maybe. That sounds good too. But hello, I am just, tweeting out my tweets and letting people know that that I'm online. That I am here and I'm ready to go. And I'm ready to show people an adventure game that's very old. Because tonight we're playing the Black Cauldron. Typey, typey, type. We're ready to go with Disney's The Era's The Black Cauldron. Oh, I will certainly have a lovely stream. There's no doubt about that. I always have a lovely stream. Because I make it lovely. Because that's what we do around here. We make things lovely. Or possibly we make things look like, the 1980s threw up, as, evidenced with my current background. Oh, I'm not on the pre-stream background. I should have been on the pre-stream back. Why wasn't I on the pre-stream background? That was foolish of me. Well, now we're on the pre-stream background, which is good. I let myself get carried away, and I jumped to the proper background long before it was actually called for. But it's fine. It's fine. So hello everyone. It's your good friend, Xyzzy K. Squirtle Muggington. And as always, the K stands for Q, and the Q stands for, let's say, Kevin. That sounds about right. Tonight's stream is brought to you by, orange vanilla polar seltzer and some Diet Dr. Pepper, and I am mixing them together, and it is delicious. Shirley Q? No, don't call me Shirley. Ah, that joke has been around so much longer. So much longer than I have, even, and I am quite old. I am an antique. I may not look it. I am small and petite, and I have big ears, an enormous palm, and a majestic tail, and glasses and goggles, and, I forgot what I'm trying to prove. I'm just neat, okay? Love me. But, before we do, dig in with the game, as soon as the clock ticks around to 8, we're going to explore. That joke has been around since airplanes. Oh, yeah. Leslie Nielsen, you are missed. But, before we get into exploring the game itself, we are going to explore the marketing materials, the packaging. And you know what? Why don't we do that? Why don't we start a little early? Because we can start just a little early. Nobody's going to come in and punch me if I start at like 8:59 instead of 9 p.m., right? Like, it's not a tightly timed sequence. Hello, Woodlings. Good to see you too. So we're toggling over here, and let me just hope that I got the web browser thing right. Right, let me just scooch this down just a wee smidge. Just a smirch. There we go. Yeah. So here is the cover of the game. The Black Cauldron from the programmers of the King's Quest series. You'll notice they wrote King's Quest real large on the box. Yeah, that's a thing. And, you'll notice it also that this is referred to as a 3D animated adventure game. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But first, let's take a look at the inside flap of the box. The Black Cauldron. My power will not die. Whosoever uses the Black Cauldron for evil will be all-powerful. For my blood will flow with his, and together we will either rule the world or destroy it. So cursed the evil king as he was thrown alive into a crucible of molten iron, where he was captured in the form of a great black cauldron. They just don't make children's stories like they used to anymore, you know that? As to rule the world or destroy it, unfortunately there only seems to really be the one option. And it sucks. But, you know, I don't think anybody in the game actually tells you, what you're supposed to do with the cauldron once you get it. You just don't have to infer. I could be wrong. No, I think I am wrong. I'm misremembering. We'll cover that later. Find the Black Cauldron and defeat the forces of the wicked Horned King by destroying the cauldron's magical powers, removing it forever as a threat to humankind. Travel through eerie forests. Swim swift rapids and alligator-infested waters. Half of that will get you killed. Penetrate even the dark halls and dank dungeons of the Horned King's castle. Take counsel from Dolden, mightiest enchanter in all Prydain. Explore with the beautiful Princess Elanwi, faithful Gurgi, and would-be bard Fluter Flam. These are all characters from the books. I have no idea if they meant anything to, kids picking this game up. The movie was not well loved. I don't know how many people actually saw the movie. The closer you get to the Black Cauldron, the more precarious your position will be. Eventually you will have to face the Horned King himself. With you, brave adventurer, rests the fate of the world. Now, I can tell you, for one thing, that these screenshots here, they were taken from either the Atari ST or possibly the Apple version, because those are the only versions that have text underneath the screenshot, as opposed to overlaid on it, like a normal Sierra adventure that we think of nowadays in the pop-up box. So we're gonna move on. Yeah, that's actually possible. I don't know how many people saw this movie in theaters. We're gonna move on to the back of the box, and the back of the box tells a real story of the kind of culture that this game was released into, okay? This explains a lot about the game and the time it was released in. So, you control the action with joystick or control keys. No text commands. This is a parserless game. We do not type a single thing in this game except for a couple of the function keys. And that's unusual for Sierra, but this was like their third game. This interface never caught on, and I think that's a shame. Let's keep reading. From Sierra, makers of the best-selling King's Quest Adventure series and the Walt Disney Personal Computer Software staff, featuring over 1,020 cells of animation, including 30 animated characters that walk, talk, run, climb, even swim. So, you know, no plunging immediately to the bottom of the pool and dying. Although you could swim in King's Quest, so I'm not sure why it's a big deal. 70 three-dimensional screens, more detailed than any seen before, in up to 16 colors. Watch as animated characters pass in front of trees, behind rocks, and around other characters. This is what made the game 3D. You could walk around things. And, that was seen as very, very special at this time. Because most games were on a 2D plane. Yeah, Black Cauldron. 6 built-in arcade sequences and mazes. Can you imagine the back of an adventure game box, like, advertising this nowadays? They would crucify you if you advertised your arcade sequences in an adventure game. Including a moat teeming with hungry alligators, a slippery castle wall with guards tossing boulders down, and teetery rocks that form a path across a treacherous swamp. Okay, the rock thing, I'm not really sure that one's true, but the rest of that is in here. Over 30 different items to obtain and use, including a truthful harp, a handful of fairy dust, and a magic sword. I don't know why they're advertising that you can get a handful of fairy dust. Like, that one is... The other two stand out as cool. Could you not walk behind? You could. That was Sierra's first ever, quote, 3D animated game. 8 different musical tunes. Music was rare enough that it was a back-of-the-box feature. In different areas of the game, all from the musical score of the Black Cauldron movie. I honestly don't remember most of the musical score of the Black Cauldron movie. Real talk. Plus up to 17 additional sound effects, including bloop and blorp and kizh. Multiple solutions and variable scoring. Follow the movie storyline or use your imagination to maximize your score. Play again and again, each time discovering new twists. Now, I don't know if that one's true, but this game does have multiple endings and multiple plot routes, and you can use different items to solve puzzles. This is probably Sierra's most free adventure for quite a while. They didn't implement multiple solutions often, and they should have. The only other thing from the packaging that I want to show off is this adorable map that they drew of the game world. This is the entire game world. It fits on a sheet of paper. Here's the farm where you start. Here's a nice waterfall. Here's a tangle of branches and hedges and stuff. Here is a swamp with a suspicious-looking house in the center. And here's a big old whacking castle. And that castle it's kind of ominous. Like, I admit, it's kind of ominous. So let's get this underway. Let's get this party started. Music. Hold on. Does that look that looks alright, good. Game design and programming by Al Lowe, who, did the Leisure Suit Larry games. There's nothing lewd in this one, though. And here's some more of that music they were so proud of. Yeah, Scott Murphy did Space Quest. So, here we are. This is Taran, our little assistant pig keeper. And as I said, these are the entirety of our controls. We can go to our inventory. We can select an item to use from our inventory with F3. We can use the item with F4. We do things with F6. And we look at the area with F8. This is the cottage of Dolben, the ancient wizard of Prydain. You have lived here as long as you can remember, serving as assistant pearkeeper of Caer Delvin. Yeah, this isn't bad for the EGA era. Like, these are all vector graphics. And those are friggin' hard to draw with. But yes, our first challenge is a horrible goose. If we walk too close to it... excuse me. I said if we walk too close to it... Well, we'll deal with it later. If we walk too close to it, normally we get knocked down. You forget why Disney skipped adapting the first book. Disney skipped adapting the first book because they barely adapted the second book. They barely adapted any of it. It's, the movie, I love it, but it's a real friggin' mess of a thing. Hello, David Alexander, and yes, this is the Black Cauldron. Alright, so here we are in our luridly purple-roofed home with Dolben. Ever since you were young, you have loved this cottage and its master, the wise old Dolben, who cannot stop dyeing things purple for the love of God. Darn, it's time for you to feed our favorite pig, and when, says old Dolben. Take good care of her, she is a very special animal. Huh. That's interesting. So yeah, let's just grab the gruel on the fireplace. You reach over the fireplace and take Henwen's pot of simmering gruel. No, the story wasn't very Disney, and when they adapted it, I think they found that out. Because, oh boy, did they not... we'll get into that. So let's walk over and feed the pig. Oh, the black hole. I love the black hole. You open the door of the shed and discovered some dried corn. So, right away, we have a choice. We can feed the pig with gruel, or we can feed the pig with corn. And if you're thinking that's not much of a choice, you're kind of right. You open the gate and notice it has fallen off its hinges. You'll have to fix it someday when you have time. And as usual, I'm kind of getting stuck on the edges here, but well, let's go ahead and go with the gruel. So we'll select that, and then we'll use it. And that is an adorable eating animation. Henwen certainly enjoys eating. Yo, cheers, Henwen. I'll drink to that. Oh, Henwen is trotting away. And if perhaps she's going to Dalbin's cottage. Hint. Psh, hint. Psh. This game was made for the younger generation, so it's a little blatant about things to start off. Don't worry, that doesn't last. So let's pop in and see what's up with Henwen. Look! Something's wrong with Henwen. I can't tell who's talking here. Yeah, I'm gonna get into all of this, trust me. As Henwen places her snout in the water, she enters a trance. A vision appears above the bowl. Well, generally speaking, if that happens when your pig sticks its nose in a bowl, you should probably stop the pig from sticking the nose in the bowl. Horan, says Dolben, you've never known about Henwen's magic powers, but unfortunately the time has come for me to tell you. Henwen can show us things that happen in faraway places. Through her vision, she is now telling me a terrible tale. To be honest, yeah, well, screw you. You don't have to kill the pig. The Horn King, the most evil ruler in all Prydain, is searching for Henwen. He could force her to use her visions to reveal the location of the Great Black Cauldron. If he finds the Black Cauldron, he will have unspeakable power. Terran, you must take Henwen to the hidden cottage of the fair folk. They are our only hope to keep her from the Horn King. Good luck, Terran. Take this coil of rope and hurry, before the Horn King's power becomes unstoppable. This is what we call the plot. So we now have our loyal follower here, Henwen. Aren't all cauldrons black? Not all. I mean, you can paint them. But before we leave, let's raid the supplies, explains the plort. We have to get Henwen away from Dalbin's decoration sense before he paints her purple too. In the cupboard, we find a knapsack, which acts as our inventory system. Pretend we didn't have one before now. An apple. Enough bread for 3 meals. And a water flask. And then we can close the cupboard. So, this is our goal. Go out there and figure out where exactly the fair folk are, and then give the pig to them. They will know what to do. So, somewhere in the world is the fair folk. Good luck. I happen to know where they are. You can't be blamed if you don't. So, let's go exploring. For starters, we've got this lovely footbridge, which will keep our feet dry. This bridge marks the boundary of Caer Dallben. You wonder what the future holds. So, we can just kind of walk straight out of Caer Dallben. And, as noted, we are allowed to swim, but Henwen doesn't like the water. And, this is it. We explore the world. Unfortunately, I already know where to go, so we're not doing much exploring. You see this tangle of thorn branches? This is our first maze. This game is silent most of the time, unfortunately, but if we walk around these edges, you emerge from the brambles into a clearing with a strange underground house. We can't find Willow? Maybe not, but we can find a place that looks an awful lot like his house. The smoke rising from the chimney makes you think that someone is home. I hope it's not the evil witch. We had to throw her into the oven. Oh, wait, sorry, that's King's Quest. You open the door, peek inside, and carefully enter the underground house. Hen Wen recognizes Gwistel as one of the fair folk, and a long ago visitor to Cara Deleban. She is happy to see her old friend. Gwistel is the small fat fairy floating around the... Yeah, thanks for flying out of sight, dude. There. Welcome, Taran, says the fairy. I am Gwistel, one of the fair folk, and a friend of Deleban. He told us to expect you, and asked us to hide Hen Wen from the Horned King. Congratulations, you have delivered Hen Wen to safety, and successfully fulfilled Deleban's request. But since you left Caer Deleban, the Horned King behaves even more fiendishly. My king, Edig, contacted Deleban seeking his help. Deleban now wants you to locate King Edig. Edelig. If I'm saying these wrong, I apologize. They're basically Welsh, and Welsh is basically untranslatable, unpronounceable. But if anyone out there is Welsh, I'm sorry. And help him in whatever way you can. Since the fair folk are continually moving, I can't tell you where they are, but I can tell you their magic passport, or their magic password. Oomph! Use it wisely. Good luck, Taran of Caer Deleban. Gwistel flies to the little door. Come, Hen Wen, I'll keep you safe from the Horned King. And off Hen Wen goes. And we've completed our first objective. So, this is not a long game if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you can wander all over the place. You carefully open the cupboard. Ooh, you have some cookies. As the cupboard is bare, you close it. Alright, I'm stealing the fairy's cookies. Let's just steal from the fair folk. This cannot possibly go wrong. Thanks, Celine. Thanks. If I wake up with, like, the Welsh dragon from that flag on my lawn, I know who to blame. Yeah, they are the fair folk. I am not very fair at all. Before we move on, there is a hidden inventory item that I would like to pick up. Let's just swim across this river. Because we can swim across this river. Amazingly, we are not instantly drowning like fucking King Graham. If I wake up with the dragon from the Welsh flag on my lawn, you're welcome. Yeah, okay, you know me too well. So here we are, back at Caer Deleban, and we can go inside and end the game. That's it. No, we cannot actually end the game. But, oh. Yeah, I will mute the next time we're on screen with rapids. That sound was the sound of imminent death in my youth, because I would invariably walk into the river and die. You discover a musical lute inside a hole in this tree. You could always take the lute and run. I love this game. Let's actually check the lute out. Oh. Let's pick the lute up. You take the lute and realize it is slightly out of tune. So let's, After a brief tuning, the lute sounds better. Debatable. But, technically, that's Sierra's first in-game musical composition, beating out Girl in the Tower by several years. Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, it's not, like, unlistenable. It's just not great. Where the hell are you, Taran? Taran! Okay, there we go. Got stuck behind the house. Ah, it is a Sierra adventure game, and this is a horrible goose. Alright. Now, where are we gonna find the king of the fair folk? You would think it would be... Oops, I got wet. That reminds me, there is a minor secret in this game, if I recall. Something about the bridge. No? Well, I could be wrong. Maybe it's on the other side. I know I got something once by... There is a wallet beneath... Yeah. Reaching under the footbridge, you take the wallet and look inside. It is filled with food. The wallet will be full of food forever. That is our ticket out of having to engage with the food system. And there is a hunger and drink system in this game. If we don't drink from this water flask... if we don't drink from this water... How the frig do you drink from the water? Oh, water. You have to actually select water, not the water fast. There. But yeah, if we don't drink from the water flask, we die. Eventually. The wallet is full of food. Yes. It is not full of blood. Alright, I gotta mute that. So, here's a waterfall. And when I was young, I always wondered about this thing. Whoops, what manner of creature is this wandering nearby? Why, look! It's a Gurgi. Gurgi is not too clean and could use a bath, but he is friendly and pleasant. So he's like most of the furries I know. Let's give him an apple. Thank you for tasty apple, kind master. Gurgi now Taran's friend for life. Like most of the furries I know. So we've befriended Gurgi. That will come back to haunt us later on. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The game doesn't actually tell us a lot of these things. Like, what is a Gurgi? Who can say? Alright, let me save here real quick. And, select the magic... Wait a minute. There is a C object command. So let me just select the magic word and then C object. Gwistle gave you this magic word, but he couldn't tell you where to use it. Yeah, now, see, this was one of the first magic words I encountered in a video game. Bumfix, essentially. And can you imagine if I had chosen to name myself something like Bumfix? Can you imagine, like, the weird alternate history that you would be in? It would be, I don't know, completely different from now. Like, hi everybody! This is Bumfix the Kobold's Dragon Watch! And we're here to watch more dragons! Now, as you can see here, here's one of the Horn King's Gwinnets. Oh no! His Gwyn thing grabs you in Henwen and flies away! Where is it taking you? He's got me in his powerful claws! His massive wings are beating the air! Boy, I hope this doesn't awaken anything in me! Oh, come back! Come back, majestic dragon! Anyway, that got weird. Let's leave, Fix the Kobold on her weird path of history and go back to ours, huh? But yes, Lunatic, that was Henwen, and if you hang around outside long enough, Henwen gets picked up by one of the Horn King's henchman dragons and carried off, like in the movie. And your mission changes away from find the fair folk to break into the castle and rescue Henwen. But that never happened on our branch of history. So, let's try using this magic word. Let's try using this magic word. Bumfix, you say firmly? You say that firmly, but nothing happened. Okay. Well, let's go over here and use it. Because over here, I said... Oh, did I already befriend Gurgi in this? Yeah, I did. 6. You say the word exactly as Gwistle taught you. The rock beside the waterfall sinks into the stream, revealing a hidden cave. Uh, so for years, this was the part of the game that eluded me. I could not find this. This game has multiple endings, as I said, and this is part of the best ending path. And I could not find this for the life of me. I, accidentally stumbling on it one day while I was just using the magic word on every screen. That was a real rejoicing moment. And yes, for those about to rock, we salute you. Thank you, Teapot. 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 You enter the cave. It's pitch black in here. Oh no, I'm gonna be eaten by a Gru. Am I, actually? I forget. Do I need a... Ooh, you're falling! Ouch. And just who is this falling into my kingdom? Shouts King Idling of the Fair Folk. That waterfall was supposed to keep people out. So, boomfix, you say firmly, but nothing happens. No, King Idling needs something a little more delicate. So we play the lute for him. I've turned sound back on, by the way. Very small but looks friendly. My name is Terran, Assistant Pig Keeper of Caer Dalbin. You requested help from Dalbin the Mystic. I am here to assist you. Yeah, I needed to... It's been a while. You? The king shouts in disbelief. The great Dalbin sends me a pig keeper, and an assistant pig keeper at that. I can't believe it. If you truly represent Dalbin, you would offer me something to show your respect. Yeah, Dalbin lives in Caer Dalbin. He named the area after himself. You offer the loot to King Aedlic. Thank you for your gift, Taran, says King Aedlig. You represent Dalbin quite admirably. I'm so glad it's really you. Your remarkable Henwen is also here and quite safe. Gwistle brought her to us through our secret underground tunnels. So he knew it was me, but I had to prove my identity by giving him a musical instrument. Unprompted. Sierra. Since you last saw Dalbin, the Horned King has dispatched legions of warriors to find the Black Cauldron. If he succeeds in finding it, he'll destroy our civilization. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Terran is assistant pig keeper? That implies that Dalbin is, like, the main pig keeper. And he has an old, wise man who sits around reading the Book of Three all day, which is a powerful magical artifact that gets explained in the books, but never in the movie. Or the game. Since he sits around being wise all day... Yeah, the movie does imply that. He's sitting around being wise all day, and so he sends Taran out, because if Taran can't do something like this, what good is he at helping to protect Henwen when she is a mystical, legendary artifact pig, instead of just a plain pig? Taran, I beg you, find the Black Cauldron and destroy it! I give you this magic mirror, and enough fair folk flying dust for 5 flights. 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 I can do it. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Thank you. Are you gonna give me a way out? No? Okay, that's cool. I'll just, Okay, but why don't you try using your new flying dust, Terran? Yeah, you gotta actually fly yourself out. I think if I bump my head into this wall... No? There's an Easter egg somewhere involving bumping your head in the wall. But yeah, why don't I try using my flying dust? It's only limited use. Good luck, Terran. A strange feeling comes over you. Looking down, you notice you're floating in midair. You can fly! You can fly, you can fly, you can fly. Goodbye, King Eight-a-Leg, you say. I'll do my very best. What if I fall in here without the loot? Well, then... I'm kind of hosed a little bit. There is a second musical instrument he accepts, but you can only get it a little later in the game. The second musical instrument that he accepts... I'm sorry, I keep turning the sound off, but... is it a full-on dead end? I don't actually know. I think they may just throw you out eventually, but, you know... the other instrument he accepts is a particular harp from a bard you find captive later on. Anyway, will we be eligible for the Therafolk Frequent Flyer Framework? It's possible. Is it a dead end? You know, I wonder. I should find out sometime. So here's the impenetrable swamp. I, spent years trying to walk across it very carefully. It doesn't work. You are at the northeast corner of Morva Marsh. It's a dismal, gloomy swamp with dangerous bogs. I don't know if it was corruption on one of my discs or what, but just walking around in here once killed me. Taran just sank into this gray stuff as if I had walked him onto this marshy area like this, which I'm going to demonstrate. He would just sink. You have failed in your quest. The Horned King now has the Black Cauldron and evil rules Frydane. Am. Evil now rules. Evil is very cheerful, apparently. Taran is dead, all of his friends are dead, his pig is dead, the goose is dead, the goat is dead. Game over. Oh my god, there's a Sierra. That's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Over here, though, in the spooky fucking this forest scared the hell out of me as a kid. You look at the tree and see a dagger holding up a no trespassing sign. You carefully remove the sharp dagger from the tree. You have no use for a no trespassing sign, so you leave it here. The Living Forest from MK2. Or the Living Forest from King's Quest 4, although that's sometime in the future. Alright, so. Saving the game. I think it is possible to cross the swamp here. You need to... Oops. Not do that. But you notice that Taran jumps forward a little bit. And if you can position yourself just so, you can land on various rocks and shrubs and whatnot, and gradually hip-hop your way across the screen and land on this distant bank. We don't have to do any of that bullshit, because we got flying dust. And we wish to use it. Meow. Uh, alright. Thanks, Sierra. Let's try it in the other, let's try it across the, let's try it over here. That actually sucked. Let's try it down here. No, not the magic word, the flying dust. Okay, so we can float over here. And hey, now we're at that mysterious house. You begin walking again. And, oh boy. I may have come here too early. I honestly don't remember. I remember a lot of things about this game, but I don't remember the exact order of operations I'm supposed to work in. But let's go in. You cautiously open the door to this strange house. And, have a look around. It's empty. There's a treasure chest over there. Let's not open it right now. But here in the back is a bunch of cauldrons. Pots, kettles, cauldrons. Are any of these the cauldron? None of these cauldrons is the black cauldron you see. Oh, well. Red herring. I love how purple everything in this game is. Everything is purple. I guess if you have only 16 colors, purple is one of your, better choices. Well, let's see what's in the box. It's frogs. Lots and lots of frogs. A shrieking voice pierces the air. What's going on here? Who are you releasing our guests like this? Perhaps you should join them. Well, let's say hi. Orwen, Ordu, and Orgoch appear to be more than mildly upset with your thoughtlessness. They prefer to keep their formerly human guests in that chest. I am Taran, assistant pigkeeper of Caer Dalben. Dalben the Mystic has sent me on a quest to recover the evil Black Cauldron, which is missing from his land. Dalben thought that you might have this cauldron. If so, I only hope that you would be kind enough to give it to me, in the name of the great Dalben. Maybe we didn't mention Dalben's name enough times. Say it a few more times, Taran. Silly little pig boy, Orin responds with a cackle. You know little of the ways of witches. We never give anything away, we only bargain. The truth is, we may have no cauldrons, we may have a cauldron, or we may have the cauldron. But you needn't worry, because you'll never know since you'll be a frog. Delnet Gnaw. Did they say since you'll be a frog? Okay, I actually came here a little too early. So what I'm gonna do is restore to the point where, I was outside the area. Yes, she does. And I'm gonna go get something to bargain with, now that I know, via my future alternate timeline insight, that I'm going to need something to bargain with the witches with. So let's go explore the Horn King's castle. Maybe he's got the cauldron already. The question is, how do we get to the Horn King's castle? Well, it's in the top corner of the map. So we gotta walk to the top corner of the map. And that means carefully navigating around and between these rocks. Let's see. It's been a long time since I've done this. I think I was on the right track, though. Hold on. Have I gotten Terran stuck? No, good. But yeah, the trick is knowing where to start with this one, with this screen. Here we go. I think? Mm, you just need to work up between them and around them. Because remember, this is a three-dimensional adventure game. You can walk in front of things and behind them. And there's no better way to show that off. To force you to see how impressive their graphics technology is than to build a little maze out of it. Now we go on up the hill. You made it! Well, thank you. You are in front of a vertical rock wall too smooth to climb. Ouch! You just walked directly into a solid granite cliff. But yes, I did. I'm very good at video games. This was pretty darn impressive in the mid-1980s. Yes, it was. I was there. This was one of my first video games. This was one of the games I learned to read using. So let's use our rope. Throwing your rope high overhead, it catches on a dead branch. You tie your end securely to the limb in front of you. You walk directly into a solid granite cliff. I'm very good at that. Your rope seems to be securely attached to the tree. You grab the rope and hang on tight. Don't look down. Yeah, you could not get the... I wanted to see the Black Cauldron movie so badly, because I thought it would give me hints for the game. And then I discovered that no, I had finished the game the way the movie goes. What I was trying to do was to surpass the movie. Okay, welcome to StairQuest. We're gonna climb. And that means we're gonna be saving a lot. So, Aw, that's a shame. Your fingertips clutch the tiny crevices in the rock face. Spider Terran, does whatever a Terran can. Keeps a pig any size. Climbs on cliff, has tiny thighs. Look out, here comes Spider Terran. So that was an extremely simple... You begin to feel a little hungry. Okay. Let's make use of our magical food wallet. The magic food wallet produces enough food to satisfy you. There we go. Behold! The lightning frightens you and makes you wish you were back in Caerdalban. Isn't it lovely, though? Like, this was peak graphics to me. Back in the 80s. So we can either go this way and have a relatively reasonable back and forth, or if we had come up the other side, we would be... Can I actually get a look at it from here? No. There's another different maze on the other side. But yeah, let's see if I can make it up there without falling off this cliff into the acid. Or, I'm sorry, green water. Beware, this is a dangerous path to travel. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. I gotta save. I'm too chicken. It's this little turn. Actually, I think if we walk over here, yeah. There's a slightly different maze. It's, like, mirrored. And you've got the, waterfall distracting you. So here is a moat full of alligators. We could swim across it if we wanted to. But first off, let me check something. No? One moment. I'm just gonna... Yeah. There's a cart there. With a doofy-looking henchman. And if we're quick about it... Those look like the alligators in King's Quest. They have a union. Gathering your courage, you leap into the rear of the wagon. The henchman continues into the castle without noticing you. That hat must be completely sealing his eyes shut, because there is no ding-dong way he didn't notice us. The henchman can't see you and leaves. You leap from the wagon! Taryn's doing a lot of leaping. Good leg muscles. Now we can wander around. Explore the castle a little bit. Whoops. Here he comes. It's cool, he didn't notice me. We outran him. We can explore the castle a bit. Are you gonna show up every time I say that? You ding-dong? I'd like to dismount the stairs. The fall was just too far to survive. Sierra! Peak Sierra! The Sierra on Lightning's death! Because as I was falling, I was also dying of dehydration. I better hydrate. Yep, hydrating. Carefully watching over your shoulder, you open the closet door. Nothing inside, okay. Oh, hey! That looks like a real cleaver. Perhaps you shouldn't find out. Oh, perhaps I should. Really? Alright, so we got captured and taken to a cell. On top of everything else, they took all your belongings. But you know what? This is not game over. You'll stay in this dungeon till you rot, pig boy! Am I getting in the closet because of the dragon-shaped bit? You know what? Let's... Alright, I was gonna roll with that, but let's go back and look at that dragon. Because, dragon. You see the... No, I'm not gonna turn on the dragon. See the dragon? Press... Oops. No, continue the game. Oh no! The Gwynthate got you! He holds you until a henchman appears and marches you off into the dungeon. Yeah, he just holds you. Hold me, I wanna feel your arms around me. Ooh la la, ooh la la. Ahem. So, I want to try and get killed by this dude with a knife. Yo, can you kill me? My dude. Come on, dude. Now he's actually running interference with the henchman. Okay, so we can't die like that. We have proven that we can die by plunging to our deaths from the staircase. What is through this door here? I swear to God, if that henchman pops out, I'm gonna fight somebody. That is the Horn King's throne room. He's not here. Let's head down to the basement. Now, walking around here is like... Your throat is dry. All right. I need water. The water from your water flat tastes delicious. So going down these stairs is way easier than going up the stairs. Oh my god, dude. Fuck off. How did you do that? How did you do that? You literally teleport. Alright, fuck it. We're gonna roll with this. I'm not gonna get, like, full points, but I don't care. Stay in the dungeon till you rot, pig boy. No, I won't, because there's a tin cup right here. And do you know what tin cups are for? That's right, you pound them on the bars of your cell until someone comes to investigate. Ahem. I said until someone comes to investigate. Come and investigate. There. Suddenly, a flagstone slides back and a hole appears in the floor. A strange glowing sphere pops into your cell. Hey, anybody here ever play Manhunter New York? No? Good, don't. A beautiful young girl appears, scolding, "What's all the noise up here? Oh, hello, you must be a prince or a great warrior. I'm Princess Alunwi, and this is my magic bauble." So we found a princess. I'm Terran, assistant pigkeeper of Caer Delvin, you respond. That's too bad. I was hoping for a great hero to get me out of this dismal place. Oh well. What is down there? Could there be a way to escape? No, Alunwi replies, but there are many tunnels. Perhaps we could find one together. Yeah, I'm Taran. Oh, that's too bad for you. Taran wasn't using that dignity anyway. So we're exploring the dungeon under the Horn King's castle with Alunwi. Here is where the Horn King makes his army of evil undead soldiers. We'll worry about that later. I, too, am being held against my will, Alunwi says. Oh, I do hate this place, says Alunwi. I hope there aren't any rats in here. It's not that I really mind them, but they do jump out at one, so... Yeah, I hate when rats just pop out at me like, you know... Pop-up rat. Spring. Alunwi stomps her foot in anger. Oh, that wicked Horn King! You know that he kidnapped me. He seemed to think my bauble could tell him where some silly old cauldron was. My bauble is magic, you know. Him. I don't seem to be able to get past this obstruction in the pit. How did she speak in parentheses? Elanwi is very clever and very good at talking. She is the most loquacious character in, I think, both the book and the movie. And you notice that the bauble just vanished. You look through the hole in the wall. It's very dark, but you think you see light. Is this the game that the famous and popular Disney movie is based on? No, this is the Black Cauldron. When you push on the wall, a block falls in. You push another block, and another, and another. burial chamber, exclaimed the Gondry. This must be the tomb of the great king who built this castle long ago. There is a metallic glint atop the coffin. Yes, she's very good at that. You struggle, but are finally able to free the sword from the grasp of the carved stone king. This is the magic sword. Look, Terran! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point! Exclaims Elanwi. My bauble seems to have found another hole in the wall. Maybe I can escape. Terran, it's an old tunnel. I'm leaving this horrible place. Good luck on your quest, Terran, says Elanwi, squeezing through the crack in the rear wall. Don't wait for me, Princess Elanwi, you say. I'll find another way out of here. She didn't. At all. So, this is a magic sword, and jewels glisten in the handle of your sword. You can feel the magic in your hand. So this sword is the primary thing I have beef with, both in the movie and the game. In the book, this was a sword of kings, and Terran explicitly could not draw it, because he did not have the heart of a king. He did not have the soul of a king. And it took a long time for him to develop one. Like, several books. The one time he did come close to drawing it before then, it scarred and blistered him because he simply did not have the heart to use it. Now, in the movie and in the game, you wave this thing around like a fucking feather duster. It does all kinds of stuff. In the movie, it is the magic sword, and just whacking an object with it can cause miraculous things to happen. There's no, burden of command. There's no sense of leadership. There's no responsibility that you have to build up in order to wield this sword. You just wave it around like a feather duster because, yay, you have a sword! And it kind of blows. I hate that, but, aside from that, the movie's cool. I like it. It's a good book series. There are 5 of them. Anyway, here's a trapdoor. We can open it. I've selected the magic sword. So, I'm just gonna save this as sword. Let's go exploring. You can't do anything here. Well, I thought I might be able to. There's a little... Whoa! Motherfricker. Alright. Okay. Let's redo that because they busted out. Dude busted out right in front of me. The henchman falls to the ground, momentarily stunned by your sword. Run, Terran! Yeah, swords are a stun weapon. Grab the key ring. Let's, head into this... Oh. This is our prison cell. Happily, I can just unlock the door and leave. God damn it, dude. Don't worry, my sword is set to stun. And hey, here's another prisoner. Let's say hi. My name is Terran, Assistant Pigkeeper of Caer Dallben. May I assist you? You struggle with the ropes until you undo the knots. Thank you, kind sir. I'm Further Flam, storyteller, minstrel, and bard to the greatest kings in all Prydain. The Horned King has kept me in prison for years in this cell. In return for granting my freedom, I'd like to present you with this special harp. Sir, you may choose to remain here, but I intend to make my escape. Farewell, Assistant Pigkeeper Terran. And that's all we see of Further Flam in this game. He is rather a more important character in other media. But as for right here, he just leaves. Bye. That's it. That's all we see of him. Yeah, the harp is a magical harp that where the strings break if he tells a lie, which is obviously a great handicap for a bard. I would love to elaborate on that, but that's it. You examine the grate. It is merely resting against the wall. All right, and now we are down here. Remember this screen for later. It, it's an important screen. Yeah, that's all. That's all. That's it. That's all we see of him. He's gone. Bye, Fludler. Oh my god, dude. I don't know how I dealt with the henchman in this game previously. Yeah, I've got my sword equipped. He was a fun character. Let's check the closet. Reaching into the closet, you reclaim your possessions. I got all my stuff back. Can we, just check and see if I can get upstairs somehow? And, I know you're gonna come in here. I know you're gonna come in here. No? Alright. Ah! Anyway. I just want to see if I can get off this top step. There. Alright. Let's see what's upstairs real quick before we leave. There's the tapestry. Everybody loves tapestries. There's this parapet. If Hen Wen is captured by the Wyvern, and your mission changes to rescue Hen Wen, one of the ways you can get her out of the castle is to carry her up here to this parapet and throw her off. You just sort of like, be free! Football throw. Yeet! Plenty of memories of Tabit. Yeah, hi the Kupo, and thank you for the subscription. It's a pleasure to have you subscribing. Let's see what's in the other direction, and then let's get out of this place before I accidentally walk off the goddamn staircase again. Go away, you rat bastard. Magic sword. There. But, I love the circle of torchlight here on the wall. It doesn't seem like much, but I know it's like baked-in lighting. But it's lovely to me. And then there's a parapet off this side, huh? Oh, I know what this one is. I think this is where you come in. Oh, no, this is the Horn King's throne room. Let's spy on him. This is the throne room of the evil Horn King. Creeper bows before the Horn King. Oh, sorry, sire, but we cannot find the magic pig. The Horn King responds, Silence! You must find her. Okay. Well, we've successfully kept Hen Wen out of the king's hands. His weird, grubby, nubby claw hands. Yeah, He's got a great voice in the actual movie, if I recall. It's a shame that we don't get to hear him much. Oh, wait. I need a drink. Again. Hydrate, Terran, hydrate! The stream demands it! You know what else is one of Disney's scariest villains? These fucking henchmen. Eat sword, bullethead. Alright, let's get out of here. There's also a pathway down to the under dungeon area beneath those wine barrels, but you have to pick which one to walk between, and I always forget. You swing the magic sword over your head with a tremendous force. It easily slices the chain, causing the drawbridge to come crashing down. So yeah, now we can leave the castle unimpeded. Oh man, you would run into the Horn King down there? That would keep me out. That would keep me out. Alright. So now that we have a magic sword, we have something to trade with the witches. Oh man, that's... I can't tell if I would have loved to have seen that, or hated to have seen that. Remember which way you parked. Like, remember which way your rope is tied. Because if you walk the wrong way... did I kobold my... Oops. One moment, please. There we go. The key is, like, right there. There was a dragon earlier, you know. I just spontaneously koboldificated myself. Whoops. Please ignore the random transformation event. That happens. Oh yeah, if there's video, really, link it by all means. Please. That magic sword swing was so powerful. The magic transformed me into a kobold. Alright, let's work our way down. Yeah, see a dragon, you just kobold spontaneously. But let's work our way back down. Ahem. I love Terran's little spider climb with his flaily, kicky legs. For years, I thought that people were supposed to, you know, walk like this, with their arms at their side and their wrists bent up and kind of pumping. Oh. Stair quested! Alright, let's do that again. Well, let's not do that again, but you know. I accidentally bumped into like a bounding box error and woo! Not the place to learn parkour. Well, what is then? The streets of Italy? I think Terran will have a hard time getting there. You can't really do medieval parkour. Oh, I should be saving over wall, not sword. Oh well. You begin to feel a little hungry. Well, geez, I better not throw myself off a wall about it. That's what Assassin's Creed is all about. Yeah, that was the gag I was going for. Sorry. Woo! Made it! You grab the rope and begin your descent. Okay, there we go. Now, if we had swum across the lake with the alligators, we would have had to climb a wall on the other side, and then use the dagger to cut the vines over a window to climb in. There really are, like... This game really does do alternate solutions to puzzles in a way that Sierra almost never did. And I don't know why they stopped. Exactly. And Taryn, you're lost somewhere back there, buddy. Buddy, come on. Okay, there we go. I don't know why they stopped doing it. Didn't Sierra go out of business? Oh yeah, like several years later. And when I say several years later, I mean that they published the original Half-Life. So they had a nice, long, robust career of making adventure games. And they just never really, they never really did alternate solutions and branching pathways in games again. And I think that's a shame. But I am an old school Sierra head. Oh yeah, Sierra throwing the Dreamcast port of Half-Life under the bus was not the decision of, like, old school Sierra. That was after Ken and Roberta Williams had been largely forced out of the company. It's a whole thing. I think it's really too long to go into right now, but it is a mess of a thing. Basically, when Ken sold off the company, he thought he would have more control over it. Forced out of the country, I'm sorry. Well, they did end up living on a houseboat. The Williams did. So, I don't know, it's a complicated... a couple of old game devs are doing an NFT thing. Lady who made Carmen Sandiego with one of the two. I think that's true, yeah. I know that Ken and Roberta Williams are currently working on a virtual reality remake of Colossal Cave Adventure. And that excites the hell out of me. Like, when that comes out, I will very probably be playing it. I'll actually dig my virtual reality gear out of the closet for that. Just to play Colossal Cave Adventure by Ken and Roberta Williams in virtual reality. Uh, that is either gonna be fantastic, or a train wreck, or both. Or, at the very least, it will kill the hell out of the player. Like, it may actually kill you in real life. I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, the Scorpion in King's Quest 7. Yeah, there's a couple of alternate solutions in King's Quest 7. There's Scorpion, and I feel like there are a couple others. Well, anyway. Let's get back inside. We can just go straight to opening the chest. And, negotiating with the witches. What's going on here? Perhaps you should join them! Get closer. Explain. We only bargain! Surely this negotiation has no hidden dangers. Oh, really? New object, magic sword. Oops. I accidentally did the right thing. Hold on. I accidentally did not die. But yeah, here's Big Booby Witch. You know what? Let's leg it. Sorry, ladies. Just leaving. Actually, no, let's check back in again. Alright, do we have... Let me equip my sword first. Open the chest. Let them loose. And now that the witches are here, let's attack! What? You dare to threaten us with a little pig-void sword? Let us show you some cauldrons from our collection! And if you do let them show you some cauldrons, hee hee, got you! Perhaps you'll enjoy a stay in our chest. Ribbit, ribbit. We have sailed. Evil rules the land. So let's reload that. And do the right... Are you technically dead if you're a frog? That's fair. Let's use the magic sword. Here, I offer you my most prized possession. A sword with magic so powerful, it once belonged to the good king who built the great castle, which the Horned King has taken over. We'll call it a technical death, because if the Horned King takes over, eventually all things die. Thank you, Terran, says Ordu. This is exactly what we want. Now step outside with us, and you may have your black cauldron. Okay. Well, hey! Here it is, the black cauldron. That's the name of the game. So, no. Orwin laughs. Now you have the black cauldron you've been seeking, but it won't do you any good. There's only one way to stop the evil power of the black cauldron, duckling, croaks Orgoke. A living being must jump into the cauldron of its own free will. Unfortunately, anyone who does will never emerge alive again. Hee hee, now you've lost your magic sword and have the cauldron, but there's nothing you can do to destroy it. Okay, but what if Terran was really heroic and really stupid? Sacrificing your own life, you bravely leap into the evil black cauldron. It shakes violently, trembling the ground. You've saved Frydane from the evil of the Horned King and have made the cauldron powerless. For generations to come, the bards sing of your bravery. Congratulations! You have solved the mystery of the Black Cauldron. Too bad you didn't live to enjoy it. Yeah, I fucking showed those witches! Boom, baby! We hope you've enjoyed your success with the Black Cauldron. You probably think you could have earned a higher score. There's an easy way to find out. Play the game again. Don't forget, if you make different decisions, the game will be different. We hope you'll try again and again. So that is technically a good, heroic ending. We hurled ourselves to our death and stopped the cycle of evil. Unfortunately, we're dead now. So let's reload and not do that. Bitches, I'll show you. Woohoo! But yeah, farewell, Taran. There's nothing you can do now that the Gwynthant have seen the Black Cauldron. Oh, look. It's the Gwynthant. So now the Horned King has the Black Cauldron. We have done the opposite of our job. I guess we better fix things. Let's fly our asses out of here. Is that the only way to stop the Black Cauldron, is to commit suicide? Yes. The only way to stop the Black Cauldron from working is for somebody to sacrifice their life in it knowingly. And, that's it. What if you got a really big cork and just corked it? I think in the book they suggest, like, throwing it into the river. And then they think about, like, well, what happens if a fish swims into it? Does it, like, turn undead and start killing? And, they decide not to do that, basically. Plus, you know, anybody could just come along and dredge it out of the river. But, let's head back up to the castle and see if we can fix our little boo-boo of, you know, giving ultimate power to the Horned King. And you know what that means? We gotta go through the friggin' rock maze again. You do like the Hellraiser series. You just put it in the cement base of a building. Yeah, or, your throat is dry. Oh, frick. Water. I think this is the last of my water. Now you're out of water. Yeah, well, I guess we just better finish this quest before I, have to drink again, because all the water around here is poisonous. So we're now on a time limit. Perrin has to finish this quest before he dies of dehydration. He just expires where he stands. He probably would. Anyway, let's climb on up there. Uh, he's a little bit of a wuss, but he's the best we've got, you know? Also, I know my mouse pointer keeps getting into the scene. I can't really do much about that. Uh, oh, excuse me a second, though. I have to actually, shut Discord, which I didn't do. Whoops. Discord shut now. Good. I don't want to get, like, blinged during the climax of the game or whatever. Alright. You wonder if you will find the Black Cauldron inside the Horn King's castle. Yeah, Taryn, that's why we're here. That's why we're here, honey. I'm glad you're with us on the plot, Taryn. Anyway, back across the world's least convenient bridge. Somebody built this on purpose, you know. You can see that. Somebody built this. This is made out of stone. Tell you what, the next time you're building something in Minecraft or Dragon Quest Builders or whatever building game is your choice, build a bridge like this. Just to piss off, you know, a hypothetical future player. That bridge is Mario Kart. Yeah, that's possible. Anyway, let's see the entry when we swim across. Chomp, chomp. Good. Alright. Well, that's the Vor entry. Let's wait until the alligators are mostly away from us. And then... I know there's a way to... Oh, here we go. Outrun them, Terran! That was too close for comfort. The castle guards are dropping stones. Watch out! Yeah, so we can climb up like this. This is one of the arcade sequences advertised on the box. If we try to climb on those big, smooth panels, we die. We fall off and die. And let's see, you need to pick an object. Use the dagger, cut through the vines, and slip through a window into the Horn King's castle. Here we are. Inside the castle. I don't have the sword. I don't have the sword, dicks. That sucks. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to deal with that. It does mean I can't do anything if the henchman shows up. And he's gonna show up. Because he always shows up. Let's stair quest our way downstairs. Down these vibrant yellow and purple stairs. Look at this fashion sense. Oh my god. It's gorgeous. And terrible. Like something Michael Jackson should be dancing down. Oh, come on. You know what? I'm not going to accept that. I do not accept it. I do not. Hi, Mark. That RNG. Oh, yeah. That RNG, man. Alright, I actually think I need to be upstairs. I actually think I need to be upstairs. No, where? There was a spot where I was like, oh, hey, remember this. And I don't. Maybe it was downstairs, actually? Maybe it was down here, down these teal and purple stairs? I'm looking for the grate in the hallway. This grate. Oh, great. Okay, remember I said to remember this room? Here's the Horned King, and he's making his army of evil undead. We could leap into the cauldron from here. A skeleton rises from the pile of bones and begins to march away. We could leap into the cauldron and sacrifice ourselves, but we saw that ending already. But let me try it anyway. Another skeleton has risen. Suddenly, Gurgi appears behind you. Taran, stop! Exclaims Gurgi. Don't jump in, awful cauldron. Great Master has many friends. Gurgi has no friends. Gurgi will give his life for his friend Taran. So Gurgi comes football charging out of the hallway and does a flying fucking flip into the cauldron. Your friend Gurgi has sacrificed his life for you. Tears come to your eyes as you remember your friend. Yeah, remember how we gave him an apple? And then... What a great friend. The cauldron begins to tremble violently and emits a frightful roar, shaking the castle to its very foundations. The Horned King is destroyed. Yeah, this is the movie ending. More or less. The castle walls tremble and shake. Stones fall and pillars collapse around you. The force of the exploding cauldron throws you out of the Horned King's secret chamber and into the moat. You grab a piece of floating wood and hang on for dear life. Hold on tight, Taran. Oh, I guess this is just algae water. Anyway, it takes us downstream. Past the white noise generator. Your throat is dry, you die. And hey, look! It's the cauldron! Well, young Taran, things are not working out as you expected, are they? Cackled the witches. Being a great hero is not all it's cracked up to be. Since you won't be using it, we've decided we want our cauldron back. Of course, we'll not steal it, we'll trade for it. Taran, we offer you this wondrous book, containing all the knowledge in the universe. Trade the cauldron for this, and you'll be the wisest man in all Prydain. Well, Dalvin already has that spot. We don't need to be the wisest man in all Prydain. So, let's hold out for a better offer. It's your choice, Assistant Bigkeeper. We won't wait all day, though. If you don't want this, how about this? the pot of gold from the end of the rainbow. If you take the treasure, you will be the richest person in all Prydain. But what if we don't want riches? What if the one thing we want most is a sad-ass, smelly carpet? You drive a hard bargain, pig boy. Here is our final offer. Give us our cauldron and we'll give you back your friend Gurgi. You lift the lifeless body of your friend into your arms. You hold Gurgi in your arms and long for the simpler days as an assistant pig keeper. You miss Gurgi, and as the tears well up in your eyes... Wait, what's this? Gurgi, you're alive! You exclaim. Gurgi said, Hello, master. Surely you have some munchings and crunchings for an old friend. We hope you've enjoyed your visit to Prydain and your success with the Black Cauldron. So, that is another successful ending. But somebody had to die to do that, you know? What if nobody had to die? Yeah, oh sure, just bring them back. What if nobody had to die here today? No, let's not get caught, actually, thank you. No, I said. Between a couple of these barrels is a passage down to the basement. I just don't remember which... Ah, there's an opening in the floor here. You can't tell where it goes. Well, can I... Hold on. I know there's a way to use this thing. Ooh, you fell into the opening! It smells like it must be a garbage chute. So here we are in the Horn King's basement. And here's one of the objects we've never used. The magic mirror. This mirror shows a person's inner self instead of his looks. So for the best possible ending... Horn King, look here, you shout. You hold the mirror directly in front of the Horn King's eyes. He sees not his face, but his true inner self. The vision of his evilness is so overpowering that he runs to the evil coffin and leaps inside. And from there, it is more or less the same ending as before, except that nobody died. Yeah, the ending where nobody has to die except for, the Horned King, who is evil as fuck. Okay. I know I said an ending where nobody dies, but I meant an ending where nobody we care about dies. You ever look at yourself and want to dive into a cook pot? Oh yeah, every day. Anyway, down we float past the white noise generator. On our trusty sidekick, Log. And here come the witches. Well, young Taran, things are not working out as they expected. We offer you some stuff. Do you want wisdom? Do you want this warrior's shield? With it, you could be the most courageous fighter in all Prydain. And, we could take it. But, what good is a shield without a weapon? It's your choice. If you don't want that, how about this? A magic suit of impenetrable armor. It will protect you from all mortal weapons and you'll live to a ripe old age. Well, we could enter the perfectly safe capsule, but that seems like a bad idea somehow. Immortal weapons? I could use a Thirdian. Here's our final offer. Give us the cauldron and you'll have your magic sword back. And this one we take. You once again hold your special sword in your hand. Now immortal... Sorry, wait, what? Now immortal... What? Okay, sure. You live to a ripe old age, fight many battles, and thanks to the sword, always emerge victorious. Yes, because that was the message of the book, is that a sword solves all your problems. It doesn't create more. It doesn't, teach you responsibility. It just, you can just stab anybody who doesn't agree with you. It's the perfect solution. Like, I cannot overstate how much the books, do not share a yay swords message with the game and the movie. Okay? Like, please, read Lloyd Alexander's 5-book... Is it 5 or 6? Fuck, I forget. Read Lloyd Alexander's Friday Chronicles, if you can. Like, they're good. And that nets us a perfect score. Look at Dalvin clapping. Look at Gurgi bouncing on his dick. Yeah, the movie had a different ending, and I did like that. Congratulations! You've played a tremendous game! You've proved the justice of our culture! No, sorry. Okay, that's enough of that tune. Goodbye, extremely low-resolution Terran. Goodbye, extremely low-resolution Terran's friends. The end.
I want to go far away.
Well timed. Man, alright. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna, yeah, the replay value was tremendous. I spent ages with this game as a kid, trying to solve it. It was... This game was my childhood, and I did learn to read from the early King's Quest games and this, and various other Sierra games like Donald Duck's Playground and Mickey's Space Adventure. Which, if anybody is interested, I'll show off here. I mean, the Disney Corporation hasn't had me assassinated yet. We can always try that. And, I mean, Mickey's Space Adventure isn't like... It has some weird bits. Some really weird bit. It strongly implies that Pluto is a space alien. Let's go over to the Outrun 2006 set. Sora, do you got any Whoop. My head is in the way. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try getting assassinated by Disney. It'll be fun. You have any preference on, like, music, route? Or is this just a cruise command? Slamming that randomize button, okay. So let's transform and roll out once again, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies, gentlemen. Y'all who are not ladies and gentlemen. And you know what you did. Hold on for a second. Hold on. I gotta restart it. My controller was unplugged, and it won't accept it if you plug it back in during gameplay. Just a weird little quirk of the game. Alright. Come on. Yeah, The books... The novels, honestly, were a magical thing to me. Like... This is gonna sound weird, but, when I read through the novels, I read them over the course of, like, a weekend.
Outrun mode.
I was young and I read through as many of them as I could, and when I finished the novels, I realized that I had just finished the novel. There were no more novels in that series to read. And I was sitting there thinking about that. I was sitting there thinking, you know, I finished this story. There's no more in this. And I burst into tears. Like right there in my armchair as a kid. It was an incredibly emotional reaction, and I think that was the first time it occurred to me that you could read a book a second time on purpose. It was a very strange little learning experience for young me. I was not always old and shriveled and wise. I was once young and tender and marketable. And occasionally on the road. On the fucking road. Where am I driving? Yeah, I don't know, that's the message that I want to leave y'all with, is, if you can read these books, read these books. They're great. But the game was good, too. Like I said, I kept coming back to the game. Like, I got the movie ending with Gurgi first. And after I got that, I realized that I still had points left to get, and I started tearing the game apart, trying to figure it out. But the thing was, I had never managed to fly to the witch's cottage because I had never found the King of the Fair Folk. After a while, the Horn King just ends up with the Cauldron no matter what you do, if you, like, wait long enough in the game. So, I had never gotten to the whole witches thing, and, they just sort of appeared after Gurgi sacrificed himself. I was like, huh, there are witches in this. It did, like, looking at the map in the manual, it occurred to me that there had to be something across the swamp. But I couldn't walk there, so how was I supposed to get there? And it wasn't until years later, armed with having seen the movie and possessing better problem-solving skills, better adventure gaming knowledge, like literacy in the genre, that I came back and I finished it properly. And the swell of relief was amazing. So I'm very glad to have shown off so many of the branching paths and the alternate timelines where I'm a kobold and all that stuff to you guys. Because it took me so long to see them.
How far are you gonna take me?
Well, it took me an hour to show them to you. Oh man, I killed an 18-wheeler. Holy shit, go me. That's a power of magic sword, baby. Similar experience with Super Mario World? I'd love to hear about it. Super Mario World, I had Nintendo Power magazine, so I was never alone there. I'm going to Milky Way. I love Milky Way. I love the sky in Milky Way. Oh, yeah, you missed one of the, oh, oh.
Checkpoint. I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, no, I absolutely, I think I know exactly the one you're talking about, and I haven't played that game since I was, like, fucking 8.
Gonna give up?
I was so busy having empathy that I ran my car off the road. That's a parable for something. I don't know what it's a parable for. You can make your own. Yeah, God, if it wasn't played to death, I would play, Super Mario World because it's been so long since I played it. I would play, Link to the Past, too, but every streamer plays Link to the Past far more competently than I ever could. So why would I? Why should I? I'm here playing the obscure stuff. Hey, under 5 minutes, barely. It's been a really good night, you guys. It has been a really good night. This was a great way to end the weekend. Thank you all for attending. Oh god, loading. I can only...
West Outrunners.
I can only imagine. He came to realize. There's only one place left for another exit. Behind the first... Ah... Well, as I was saying, it's been a pleasure to have you all attend. It was an absolute delight to show this game off. In just about 2 hours, too. I wasn't sure if we would make 2 hours. And we are just a shave under 2 hours. That's great. But it has been a real pleasure. I love the game, I love showing it off, and I love all of you. So, let's see if anybody is available for raiding. Just give me a moment here. I want to pull up the browser window and, Keldon's... Keldon's doing his Sunday soothe. I'm gonna dump you on him yet again. I'm gonna dump you on a dragon, and I'm gonna run. Y'all get dumped in, like, Dragon Land. It's becoming a little bit traditional of me to raid Keldon, actually. I'm a little surprised by that. But, good night, everybody. Have a lovely rest of your night, whether you go to bed or stay up or whatever. But whatever you do, do it with heart. That's my final message. Good night.